Hi, welcome to Carrie Creates Cards. Today I'm going to be making a card using the Stamping Foam by Simon Hurley. I haven't used this before, and if you want to see how I get on and whether I'll give it a thumbs up or thumbs down, please continue watching. And also hit that like button, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. Today I'll be making a card using this Stamping Foam by Simon Hurley. I'm excited to give it a go. I haven't used it before, ordered it last week and it just arrived in the post yesterday. So this is the way it has come, and I ordered the one with the little heart. Little heart pops out. As you can see, I got 2 pieces or 4 pieces, 2 hearts and 2 rectangular blocks. So that's what I'll be working with. I'm going to start with the background block. And I'm going to use this large stamp to get the impression off of with the stamping foam. So I'm going to heat the foam up. This is what I've seen. You heat the foam up and then you press it onto your item that you want to get the impression off of. So I'm just going to move this out of the way. I'm going to come in with my heat gun and I'm going to heat it up. So they say to keep moving the heat gun and give it about 20 seconds. I think, haven't done it before, so I'm just hoping that it will work for me. It's always good to learn new skills. Okay, so I'm going to come in and I'm going to go straight down onto that stamp to get my image, hopefully. Maybe I could come in with the large acrylic block just to give it a bit more pressure. I'm excited to see how this is going to turn out. Okay, first go wasn't very good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try a different background. And I'm going to heat this up again just to get rid of the impression that had been made. As you can see, it disappears quite easily. Maybe that stamp wasn't suitable. Okay, so I'm going to keep heating that up. And I'm going to try it on this, it's a 3D embossing folder. So we'll try that again. Pop it down straight away on there. I'm going to use that block just so that I can apply a bit more even pressure on it. Fingers crossed that it will work this time. I did get a bit more of an impression that time, but if I'm honest, I'm still not very happy with that. Maybe try something different. Well, this time I've decided that I'm going to put it onto the acrylic block first. So I'm going to use a bit of tape just to, maybe there's a difference with the side, but I don't think there's meant to be. I'll try the other side this time. I'm going to come in and just pop that down onto the block and heat it up again. So I've given it a bit longer that time, and I'm going to come in and quickly pop it down. And hope for the best. So let's see. There is an impression there. So we might just work with that and see how it goes. I would have hoped for it, and maybe I didn't apply enough pressure on it. But we'll work with that and see. So I'm going to come in with my white cardstock, and I'm not going to trim it down. I'm going to wait until afterwards. So I'm just going to get some ink to put on. These are the inks that I've decided to use. They're oxides of Crackling, Campfire, Spice Marmalade and Walnut Stain. So I'm just going to come in first of all with the Crackling Campfire, and I'm going to ink it up. Even though looking at it there now, it does look like there's a good impression. So fingers crossed. Next I'm going to come in with the spiced marmalade. Just pop some of that down. And then the walnut stain on the top. So I'm just going to come back in there with brushes. And I'm going to just see if I can get a bit more of a transition between each shade there, so that I don't end up with a line, which I would imagine is what would happen. So hopefully that just might help blend it a bit. And next I'm going to come in, just going to give that a little bit more ink there and there. I think I may have brushed it off with the brush. So I'm going to pop it upside down onto my cardstock, and I think I'll come back in with the acrylic block. And apply even pressure on it all around. So I'm going to lift that up now and see how it has transferred. So fingers crossed. Just give it a bit more of pressure. And there, oh, that's quite nice. Oh, I like that. That is lovely. yes, I can certainly work with that. That's a nicer price. So I'm just going to come in with my Fiskars paper trimmer and I'm going to trim that down. So I just want to leave a white border around it, maybe give it a ½ inch or so all around. So I've decided that I'm going to use one of the new Lavinia stamps that I purchased recently. And this one is Rue. She's lovely. But what I want to do is, I've trimmed that down to create a border around. Now I did make a mess of some of it with my fingers, but it might rub off. I'll try it. I'm going to put Rue in the centre, but I want to mask off the heart so that I don't get her outside. So I'm just going to come in with this piece of cardstock, and I'm going to hope to use the rest of this ink as well. But just going to grab a pencil there. And I'm going to cut that out. And I'm going to just mask that over the heart. And maybe put a bit of tape down. Just to hold it in place. And I'm going to need my stamping platform. So I'm just going to pop that down, pop the mask over it. Just pop them down there as well. And then I'm going to come in with my stamp. It's my first time using Rue, and I'm going to, let's see, maybe use this. It's a pity really, I would have liked her wings maybe to go over, and maybe I will. I'll do it like that for now, and just going to pop in, pick her up, because she's a new stamp. Just going to give her a rub to remove any residue that may be on her in the silicone. And I'm going to come in with the Versafine Clair and Nochturn and ink her up. Give her another go. Like I said, she's new, haven't used her before, so sometimes with the new stamps it takes a couple of goes to get the right impression. Once you've them worn in, they always work a lot better, I find. Yeah, maybe one more go. Give it a good press there in the center. And yeah, that's not so bad. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to remove this piece. Maybe just tear it off and come back in, and I'm going to stamp up her wing again, or sorry, ink up her wing again, because I want it to come down over. And I hope that the base ink is dry enough to get the impression. Yeah, that's perfect. I'll just give it one more go. Yeah, I'm very happy with that. I'm just going to clean her off. And carefully remove her. It's lovely. It's a beautiful stamp, that one, by Lavinia. So I'm just going to come in here with this little black pen, and I'm going to just hit the top of it here to finish it into the top of the little heart. And I'm just going to dot those couple of little bits that didn't catch. Like I said, the more I use that stamp, I know the better the impression I will get, because I've learned from experience. But that's it, that's all it takes. And I'm quite happy with that. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come in and mat and layer it. And I've cut out this just an A4 sheet and a piece of black. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to mat and layer that. And I might just come in and do a little sentiment for that card as well. So I put that down there now. I think it's really beautiful. The texture is just gorgeous. It nearly makes it look like it's cloth. Really pleased with that. So I'm going to come in with this sentiment set that I just got on a magazine, and I'm going to use this little die. So I think I'm going to use one of the birthday ones. And I'll just go with this size. Yeah, I think that stamp there will do, wishing you a happy birthday. So I'm going to stamp that on a piece of cardstock, and then I'll come in and I'll cut it out with the little die. I'm just going to pop that down on the acrylic block. So make sure it's turned the right way, and I want to get it straight. That's fine. Now I'll use the Versafine Clair black ink. Stamp it up. I'm actually going to stamp it off onto a scrap piece of paper first. Yep, that's good. And pop it down there. I'm just going to run that through my die cut machine. So I just trimmed the end off of that to make it a bit shorter, because no matter where I placed it, it was covering up something. So I'll be able to just pop it there, I think, and that'll look quite nice. So it just says wishing you a happy birthday. So next I'm going to come in with a couple of these little stones, little diamond stones, and I'm going to, well, I have a little piece of ink here that I'm wanting to cover up. So I'm going to pop one over that. And I'm just going to pop another couple here and there around. Yeah, I think even just the 3 might be enough. So that's my finished card. Yes, I definitely would use this stamping foam again. And I'm going to come in, I'm going to spray that with water, and I'm going to get another impression that I can use on a further project. So I hope you've enjoyed watching. Please like and subscribe, and thank you as always. And just so you might like to see me doing the other impression, I'm just going to come in with my water spray, and I'm going to spray it from a distance. Not getting too much water on there. I'm going to come back in. And I'm going to pop that down. And this is the other side of the cardstock that I used as an A4 sheet. So it's a good way to use everything, the ink and the cardstock. Should be able to create another card, I'm sure. Maybe a different background, but I think the colours were lovely, so I think it should be very nice. So I'll lift that up now. That's absolutely stunning. And I feel I may even get a third one there. So thank you again for watching.